EDUT 580. I am so excited to be a part of your, I would say 8-week journey, but it's really 16 weeks, 4 months, and you are done with your program. I've looked through the roster and I've not had any of you previously, so this welcome video might be just a little bit longer. But I'm in our Blackboard class and want to point out a few things in this welcome video. First of all, to get a hold of me, my cell phone number, email, Twitter, and Voxer account are all right there. Please reach out in the method that's best for you. Text is fine. I typically return text as I get them. Email is within 24 hours, usually much quicker than that. You can always direct message me on Twitter, and you can always use Voxer to hit me, and my username for both of those are at Clark's Room. I actually have a degree in radio broadcasting, and I moved into education when I moved out to California from Southern Illinois, and I have my master's from the University of Phoenix in curriculum and instruction. I am a year 1 of principal. I was moved to district office this past year over summer to help with the technology issues and rolling out of not only online learning, but we rolled out a new learning management system. And so it's been a pretty busy year. Before that, I spent 7 years as a middle school administrator. And prior to that, I was a high school multimedia production teacher. But once again, the important thing about the welcome area or meet your instructor is please, 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 if you have any issues, reach out to me. This is the last 2 classes in your course, and the bulk of the work is creating your research project. And so communication will be important. If you have questions, to reach out as soon as you have those questions. You can find the syllabus right here in the Blackboard shell. And if you have any questions about that, once again, I know you guys have been through this program for a while, so you should probably know all the main things that are in the syllabus, and we'll go through a little bit of information in a minute. There are 2 books for this class. The Reflective Practice Guideline, if you've not gotten that either electronically or physically, you should be doing that very, very soon. And then Writing the Literature Review is another book that you'll need for this class. I'm assuming most of you already know APA very well and have your APA manuals. If you have questions about any of that, please reach out to me. So the class, once again, this is all about a 16-week journey, really, of writing your research project. And this course, the first 8 weeks, focuses on a few of those chapters. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the announcements here and kind of point out a few things. First of all, I do have a YouTube playlist of a few things that makes your life easier while submitting and working on information for Concordia. First of all, if you've not used Grammarly, it is amazing, and you all have a pro version. So there's a short video on how to use that. And it does a really good job of checking with tense and voice and just the tone of your paper, as well as the normal, spelling mistakes. Submitting your assignments to Blackboard, we have to have actual artifacts, meaning a document attached in Blackboard. It can't be a link to a Google Doc. I know that I prefer working in Google, as most educators are familiar or use the G Suite. So what I recommend for students is, you do all your work in Google Docs or Google Sheets, Google Slides. And when you want to upload that assignment in Google, you can download as a PDF. Blackboard accepts PDFs very well. None of the formatting gets messed up. And you could also submit the link in the comments for that. So I can access the PDF or access the actual Google file, if the shared permission settings are shared right. So there's a video to make sure that you are shared anyone with the link, because instructors or professors at Concordia and students are on different domains. And then a little help about docs and headers. So that's just a few videos. Those are all optional. Some of those will definitely help you throughout this program. So getting to your assignments, I know they're listed weekly. I know they're listed in the assignments tab, and I know they're in the syllabus. But for me, I know something where it's just one quick view would be extremely helpful as a student. So I've tried to do that for all my classes. And this is actually going to have both EDUT 580 and 605 on it, just because they're connected, and they're the last 2 of your capstone project. So you'll see here a quick view, a table view of your assignments. Week 1, you have a research review. Week 2, there's no assignment. Week 3, 4, 5, and 6, there are assignments. And then week 8. And so the due dates are over here on the left. And these are live links that you can get to those assignments. I'm not going to go through each individual assignment currently. I'll do that during the weeks. And so we can spend a little bit more time there. Those are your discussion questions. Really, this is more to see if you have 1 or 2 for that week, just for planning purposes for you. And I won't talk about 605, but if you are a long-term planner, there are the 605 assignments as well as the discussion questions. So that it will always be at the bottom of the announcements. If you need a quick view of what assignments you have coming up, you can always scroll to the bottom of the announcements and you'll be able to see this document. You can always save that as well in your drive. So my welcome message, I do like to start every week out with a quote as well as my welcome message. Most of my quotes come from movies or books, more movies than books, to be quite transparent with you. We are all just one small adjustment away from making our lives work. And that's from George, the character George in How Do You Know? And I just love the thought that if you were flying from San Francisco on the West Coast to Washington, D.C., and your pilot was just 1 degree off on their course, you would end up in Baltimore. And so all those little adjustments make a big difference. And I know that you guys are on the tail end of your Concordia journey here and you've made those adjustments. So I would just say, stay the course. Stay the course for this course. And, you have 4 months to really buckle down and you will be done with your program. May will be here before you know it. Once again, there's a little bit of information about me in the middle there. I will say I did create an optional Voxer group. Some of my previous classes, I've done that in the past, and they've really enjoyed being able to use Voxer, which at least in Sacramento area, most of the administrators, there's multiple Voxer groups, and it's a really popular tool to use. And so if you are a Voxer person, you can click here and that'll take you to Voxer and allow you to join the group just for this class. It's an informal way where you can just throw out questions to your classmates, and I will be popping in and out as well. Once again, that's optional and informal, but I know in my past courses, students really did enjoy and get a lot out of that. I will be texting you within the week just to introduce myself and make sure you have my number in your phones and you can reach out to me whenever you need. So a couple things at the start of the course. The weekly videos and announcements come out Sunday night or Monday morning, just depending on when I post them. Be sure to read through section 6 of the syllabus. That's all the course policies doing with plagiarism and when late work and all that kind of good stuff. Once again, I know you guys are at the tail end of your program, so I'm sure you're very familiar with all this. And then here's a list of all the assignments. The library research review, week 2 is chapter 1 review. You have bibliography submissions. Week 6 is chapter 3, and then your capstone project proposal in week 5. As you go through the welcome information, if you have any questions, reach out to me. And I'm not going to go over week 1, but I am going to go over the format of how I post my weekly announcements. I like to put information in multiple places in multiple views because I know everyone works differently. So when you bounce to week 1, and I know you guys know this very well, it's logged out. So when you bounce to week 1, everything's there in very narrative type form. Well, I'm a bullet point kind of person, so you'll find the video embedded right there, what text, articles, or videos you have with the links, your discussion questions, more broken up into bullet points, your assignments for the week, as well as the content looking ahead. So we'll talk more about week 1 during week 1. Just know that this format will be the same for all the weeks, and so you can look in the syllabus, you can look in the week area, or you can look in the announcements, and you'll get all that information. Finally, I would like to say I'm just really excited to participate and join you in the last 2 classes here at Concordia in your journey. And I just want to reiterate, if you need anything, please reach out to me in the method that's best for you. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to meeting you all Sunday night, Monday morning.